Hi everybody, welcome back to Cabin Creek Homestead. Today's video is all about the 5 exercises I recommend if you're wanting to improve your horsemanship. The first exercise that I really love is called barrel balancers. I haven't done this yet with my kids. You're gonna try it for the first time today. It is hilarious. If you can laugh at yourself, I think you're really gonna enjoy this because it's really difficult. But the purpose of this is to teach you as a rider just how important it is to engage your core muscles and put the balance into your thighs and down to your stirrups in order to stay upright on your horse. If you're struggling to really get them to stay up at all, you can simply slide 2 pieces of wood, like 2 2x4s, on either side of that barrel so that there's not such an extreme tilt. And then you can slowly move them out, inch them out away to kind of give them a little bit of a more of a challenge. This next activity is called crab ballet, and it looks exactly what it sounds like. You really need to engage your thighs, your buttocks, and your abs when you're riding a horse. You never know. Every horse has a chance to be a spooky horse. If something scares them, you kind of want to be at the ready. And so having muscles that are just ready for whatever may come, especially if you want to start engaging in hunter jumper classes, having strength in these areas and being able to engage them at any moment is really important. So this crab ballet helps to strengthen your thigh muscles, your buttocks, and it really teaches you to keep your core engaged to help balance. So it's super silly, it's super fun. Even if you have been doing a lot of workouts and you're a gym rat, it might leave you shaking at the end of it. So it's a great exercise. Just put on some fun music, do it a couple of times a day if you're really wanting to hurry up and get in shape. Maybe I should do some more of them. This next exercise is a in the saddle exercise, and it's called around the world. This will really help to improve a lot of confidence for young riders who are just facing a lot of fear. It can be very high off the ground if you've got a taller horse, although Briscoe is not terribly tall, but it seems that way to small riders. So this is basically lifting your leg over the horn, over the pommel, and then over the back of your saddle and doing a whole 360. There's bonus points if you can do this without using your hands. What this is doing is, again, it's engaging the core, because when you lift your legs, you're engaging those very lower abdominal muscles in order to lift your leg up over. This exercise can have a million variations, and you can try to make it more and more difficult as your child becomes more confident. You can even have them stand in the saddle if you've got a horse that you're confident is going to stand still for them. You can try crouching, all kinds of different ways just to get them to gain some confidence sitting in that saddle and feeling like they're not going to fall off of it. Small children on a big horse, the wide base kind of takes away some of those fears. For this next activity, you probably want to get a yoga mat out. This is called the Superman. And if you have done yoga or Pilates, you've probably seen this or you've even done this. Superman really helps to get your back muscles working and engaged. It's going to strengthen your arms, and it's also going to help you with your coordination. So this exercise is basically laying on your tummy. You're going to extend your hands in front of you and your legs are far behind. You're not going to bend your elbows and you're not going to bend your knees. But what you're going to do is you're going to engage your right arm and your left leg at the same time, and you're going to lift them off the ground in unison. Then you're going to switch and do your left arm and your right leg and lift them in unison. It sounds really simple and it looks way too easy, but once you've done it, you realize that those are not muscles that you use in a normal day-to-day life, and you're gonna feel the burn, and it's so good for you. One thing that I really love about this, especially if you're doing any type of therapeutic riding program for children, is that this requires communication between the right and left brain. There is a hemisphere separation right here called the septum pellucidum, and when you can engage left and right alternates together, you're helping them to cross that barrier. And even some studies have recently come out about how good crawling is for your brain plasticity. So look into that, it's fascinating. But anytime you can engage right hand with your alternate diagonal leg, right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg, what you're doing is you're crossing center line and getting that brain really engaged. So there's that. It's also really hard. You don't look pretty doing it. Well, some of you probably do. I don't, but who cares? Up and down. We're not walruses. The last thing on my list of exercises that can improve your horsemanship is simply to work on your flexibility. And it sounds way oversimplified, but flexibility is going to be your best friend until your last dying day. If you can work on your flexibility, then you're going to be so much more comfortable in the saddle. I have found that the greatest place that helps me is not only when I'm trying to get on a very tall horse and I don't have a mounting block, but it also helps you in an emergency dismount situation. You might find yourself in need to get off a horse in a hurry if something is going wrong, and there's a couple of different ways that you can dismount quickly. But if you have a hard time moving your leg over the saddle when you get on and off, then you really have got to loosen up those tendons and those joints, especially in your thighs and your arms, your back. So I'm going to show you some of my favorite ones. If you can get your hips loosened up, I think that you're going to see yourself improve as a rider, but you're also not going to suffer from being so sore at the end of your ride. So with that being said, let's jump into it and do some exercises. One of the first things that I want to stretch is my legs. So we're going to go down into a butterfly position. You ready? Just like this. Hold on to your ankles. Pull them as close to your crotch as you can.
I can do it.
Good job. Now, if you're feeling up to an extra challenge, go ahead and lean over and stretch your hands out. You guys want to fly somewhere? Where are we going first?
Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese?
Yes.
All right, let's fly to Chuck E. Cheese. Where are we going next?
China.
Go to China. All right, and then we're going to Bulgaria.
Bulgaria.
See how far down your knees can go, buddy boy. Yeah.
This.
We're not digging a hole.
We can go
Put
to
your knees out front. Russia?
Sweden.
Put your feet up front. You want to go to Sweden? That sounds good. Feet up front. Don't bend your knees. Walk your fingers down to your ankles.
Can I go farther?
You can go further if it doesn't hurt. You guys want to do a balance exercise?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You probably will recognize a few of these yoga moves. Come on over here. But as long as we're here stretching out and getting some balance in, let's go into a tree pose. One foot up and your hands go up.
No. Well, sorry, not really good at it. Come on.
If you're having trouble balancing, why don't you pick a spot on the floor and just stare at it.
Okay. Got it.
Can you lift your foot behind you
I'm doing
and bring
it.
your arms forward?
Mommy,
How far can you get that leg up? Ah!
Mommy, I'm
Good.
doing it.
Way to go, Judd! All right, other foot.
Okay. I think.
And arms up. Ah.
The first part I was really good at it.
All right, this is not my good balancing leg, so I'm going to try to stick that leg out and come forward.
Whoa! I think this is,
Mom, ice skating.
I think this is a really nice balance.
All right, let's go get in the saddle. How about it?
Yes.
Everybody, jump up in the air on 3. Hold on, ready?
Put one hand.
1, 2, 3. Well, that's all for today. We're all very hot and sweaty and we're ready for lunch. So that's all for today's video. If you enjoy this kind of content, let me know and I'll keep this good thing going. Bye.